This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 5, and verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Ka Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh, Bahasham, HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Rule Web, and great example to his younger brothers in the truth. And peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Lord, when this edifying listen, and as you see in that clip, you see a cylindrical pill-shaped chariot, and it's mimicking the movements of Ezekiel 3, and have the appearance of what you read in Zechariah 5. I mean, Salat, forgive me. It's mimicking the movements of what you read in Ezekiel chapter 1. It's mimicking the movements of what you read in Ezekiel chapter 1. It's the appearance of what you read in Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1. Because they say the length thereof is 20 cubits. The length means how long it is. So it was longer than it was wide. It wasn't the same circumference, so to speak. It was longer and slimmer, so to speak. So it looked like he say, a flying roll. That's what it looked like he seen. So he just explained what he seen. And that's what that looked like, a flying roll. Or you could say a capsule or whatever you want to call it. That's what it looked like, a little pill capsule or something like that. It say the length thereof 20 cubits and the breadth 10 cubits. And that's what that looked like. Like it could have been, it's longer than it is wide, you know. But let's keep going. I'm going to reread Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1. It say, Then I turned and lifted up my eyes, and I looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. We just explained that. Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. And why is this a curse that's going forth over the face of the whole earth? Because these are the chariots of the Lord. These are the vehicles that the Lord is going to return with. And they're going to assist the Lord in destroying this place, man. America being totally annihilated, and these chariots gonna be right there in the midst, destroying Esau and his infrastructures, all this fucking buildings, his statues and stadiums and all the shit that Esau got, the Mount Rushmores and all these different things that this nigga got all over the earth. You know, of him taking us down and his victories throughout the earth. They gonna wipe all this shit out, man. There's a curse going over the earth, man. And right now they just showing themselves. They not really getting active. But when they start getting active, it's gonna get real bloody in the earth, man. You know, they say people's been, you know, little clips been coming up, people saying that, you know, people been pursuing them and a number of people died, but they ain't on the attack, put it like that. The chariots are not on the attack. They just spying out the earth. They going to, you know, looking around to see if things are as bad as, you know. Just like how they came down during Sodom and Gomorrah to spy out the city. Same thing they doing today. They coming down to visit the planet Earth and spying out the whole entire Earth, because Esau reign, his realm is from one end of the earth all the way to the other. You know, but the main focus, that those chariots are focused on is Babylon the Great. Their main focus is here. And then in the Middle East, that's their second target. But America would be totally annihilated, man. And I don't know what his sighting was over. It might say it in that little comment down at the bottom. I just recorded the video because of, it made me think of these two precepts. But I'm keep going. It say, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it. It say, and I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. Who is the thief? Esau Edom. The scriptures speak about the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. And what's his top house? America. This is Rome 2.0, the revised Roman Empire. It say, I will enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that swear falsely by my name. And I shall remain in the midst of his house, and it shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof, because this place is going to be totally destroyed. Then the angel that talked to me went forth and said unto me, lift up now thine eyes and see what is this that goeth forth. And that's pretty much the point. So that chariot that you see in that picture that they looking at out the plane, and eyes, just spinning and going to and fro, without having to turn. It fly just as fast sideways as it do if it look like it's going straight or backwards. So it don't matter which way it go the same whichever way it want. It ain't like a car where you gotta turn it, then press the gas and accelerate. Or like a plane where you gotta slowly turn this motherfucker, then when you get straight and then you can hit it. No, it ain't like that. The chair is not subject to these what they call it, the laws of not gravity, I don't think. I guess it's gravity. G-forces or whatever that shit called. That ain't what it's called neither. It's called aerodynamics. I don't think that's what it's called either. Damn, what this shit called. I can't think of what I'm trying to say. The laws of physics. I think that's what I'm thinking of. It ain't the chariots of the Lord ain't subjugated to the laws of Esau's physics. They're heavenly vehicles, heavenly beings, heavenly crafts. And the Lord got them all throughout the earth showing themselves. And Esau can't hide this information no more. He can't say, oh, you a crazy person if you say you seen a so-called ship. Because now everybody got cell phones and they can do just what this person did. Whip their phone out and record this shit. They all on the plane and you seeing chariots shoot by. Or you outside, walk outside one night and you see a chariot just sitting in the sky doing maneuvers that humans can't do, that Esau technology can't do. So he can't hide it no more. And the chariots are heavily recorded throughout throughout the Bible and throughout history. Amongst all nations. Let's get this Ezekiel 1. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 1. It say, now it came to pass in the 30th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Chebar, that the heaven were open, and I saw a vision. And in the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of Jehoiakim captivity, the word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, son of Buzzy, I guess, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river of Chebar. Forgive me, I suck at reading these names. It say, and the hand of the Lord was there upon him, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind, and there's another title for the chariots in the scriptures, whirlwinds. They also call whirlwinds. Came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding in itself, and a brightness, and the chariots got all different kind of appearances. They can look like fire, they can look like clouds, they can look like orbs, they can look like square cubes, they can look like whatever they want, man. Whatever, however the Lord allowed them, created them, they, it's no certain look, but the prominent looks is, the cylindrical shape. Then you got the orbs, the triangular shape, disc, the circle, like a ball, the fire, and the cloud. But the chariots can come in many different forms, and they're going to keep showing themselves continuously until the end come. And everything that people putting on the internet, everything that's being seen in the skies, I don't believe everything is the chariots. Some of this shit, that Project Blue Beam shit, ain't no telling what Esau doing, because we know, according to his insiders, his tongue falling upon himself, that he was going to try to fake, second coming of the Lord, fake so-called alien invasion, so to speak. We know he was plotting on faking these things, so we don't know what this man got in the works in the midst of these chariots showing themselves in the time that we living in, and these alarming rates. Some of this stuff is Esau and his it ain't fake technology, but Esau and his technology, and a lot of the stuff is the chariots of the Lord, actually the chariots of the Lord, It's a fire enfolding in itself, back in verse 4. And a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof as the color of amber, and out of the midst of the fire. And out of the midst of the fire, verse 5, also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and this just going to the characteristics of the angels. And everyone had 4 faces, and everyone had 4 wings, and their feet were straight feet, and the soles of their feet was like the soles of a calf's foot. And that one, they basically, I seen a video Apostle Ramlab did a while back, like they had those ninja type boots on, where you got 2 toes instead of 1 big toe. You got your 2 toes in the little thing to separate them apart, and those little ninja style boots. It say, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. Just showing you their color. It say, and they had hands, and they had hands of a man under their wings, on their 4 sides, and they 4 had their faces and their wings. And their wings were joined one to another, and they turned not when they went. And that was the point. they turned not when they went. And they went everyone straight forward. You know, just going into they motion. They ain't have to turn when they wanted to go. Whichever way they want to go, they can just go that way without turning. And I ain't gotta keep reading through this, but that was pretty much the point. Of going to the different faces, the likenesses of their faces, like a lion and like the ox and like the eagle and like the face of a man. Like I'm saying, it can go into their characteristics. The man being intelligent, lion courage, ox strength, and eagle swift. But that was pretty much the point on it, because the chariots don't gotta do what a Edomite vehicle gotta do, because that's what we're gonna call them, Edomite vehicles. The tanks gotta stop. They gotta make all that fucking noise just to turn. The Humvees, the airplane, helicopters, the F-250s, all these fighter jets and shit. Even they drones. They subjugated to the laws of physics. Esau laws of physics, G-forces and gravity and shit. The chariots are not subjugated to none of those things. The Lord creation make Esau rewrite what he believed, rewrite his science. I'm gonna say that. But let's get this. This ain't meant to be long. Just that what that scripture made me think of. And this is definitely going to be a curse. This definitely is a curse, these chariots that go forth over the face of the whole earth. Because it represents deliverance for the elect and death and destruction for those who are not a part of the Lord's chosen. Even Israelites, 2/3 of Israel will be destroyed. These chariots are going to be zapping people. Just like War of the Worlds. Independence Day, War of the Worlds. Statue of Liberty, zap. Niggas down the street, zap. I'm just playing. The nukes gonna clean this bitch up. But those chariots gonna be wreaking havoc throughout the earth at the same time as those nukes hitting this place. The chariots gonna be zapping. It's gonna be a epic day, put it like that. It's gonna be a day like no other. The day of the Lord is gonna be a day like no other. You're gonna have the chariots destroying shit. You're gonna have nuclear missiles falling. You're gonna have the elect being delivered from all of that. You're gonna have earthquakes, weather going crazy because of these missiles. Nuclear winters, storms and tempests, what you call them, tsunamis and shit hitting in other parts of the earth. Volcanic eruptions because of the shaking of the earth. Islands, like the scriptures say, the islands gonna move out of their place. And the chariots gonna be all in the midst of it. aiding the destruction of this bitch, man. This the book of 2 Kings, chapter 2. And I get straight to the point, because this ain't meant to be too long. In verse 12, it say, and Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more. Let me go down. So, because I just give a rundown of what happened. Because Elisha and Elijah, this is the point when Elijah was beamed up. And Elisha prayed if he be with Elijah when he be beamed up, that he get a double portion of his spirit when he taken from the earth. And if he seen it, he'll get a double portion. That's what Elijah said. That's a hard thing, but if you see it, you can get it. Matter of fact, I just read it. Fuck that. I ain't got nothing else to do at the moment. This 2 Kings chapter 2 and verse 1. And it came to pass when the Lord would take up Elijah unto heaven by a whirlwind, that Elijah went up with Elisha from Gilgal. And Elijah said unto Elisha, Tarry here, I pray thee, and for the Lord have sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, As Yahweh liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they went down to Bethel, and the sons of the prophet that were in Bethel came forth to Elisha, and said unto him, Knowest thou that Yahweh will take away thy master from thy head today? And they asking him a question to go and show you that the Lord was dealing with the prophets. The prophets already knew. They were telling, like, look, the Lord going to take Elisha today. They seen visions, obviously. And he said, yeah, I know it. Hold ye your peace. And Elijah said unto him, Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee. For the Lord Yahweh hath sent me to Jericho. And he said, As the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they came to Jericho. And the sons of the prophets that were at Jericho, showing you the sons of the prophets all over the goddamn place, came to Elisha and said unto him, Knowest thou that the Lord Yahweh will take away thy master from thy head today? And he answered, Yeah, I know it. Hold your peace. And Elijah said unto him, Tarry, I pray thee, here. For the Lord Yahweh hath sent me unto Jordan. And he said, As the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. And they two went on. And the 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood to view afar off, and they stood by Jordan. And Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, so that they too went up over the dry ground. And it came to pass, when they were gone over, Elijah said unto Elisha, Ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. And he said, Thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. And it came to pass and it came to pass as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire. Going into the, fire looking chariots, look like a ball of fire. And the horse of fire. The horses of fire. Well, there wasn't no actual horse. They just represent power. The fucking flaming Pegasus wasn't coming down, man. That's Greek mythology. It say, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. Yeah, that tractor beam came and hit around Elijah and parted. And tossed Elisha and whoever was with them out the way. And Elisha saw it, and he cried, My father, the chariots of Israel and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more. Going until he ain't see Elijah no more, because Elijah was taken up from the present world, roughly paraphrasing as the scriptures say, because of his righteousness, so to speak. It says something about so he wouldn't be defiled with the wicked, this wicked world. Salaki. And Elijah went up by the whirlwind into heaven, and Elisha saw it. I already read that. And he saw it, and he saw him, verse 12 in the middle, and he saw him no more, and he took hold of his own clothes, and he rent them into pieces. Verse 13, and he took up also the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and went back and stood by the bank of Jordan. And he took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him. Go to show you, when we get beamed up, we ain't going up with your clothes. The Lord going, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, we going to be translated. we going to be changed. These bodies not going into the chariots. You know, these current bodies we in now not going into the chariot. The Lord going to deliver our souls. The Lord going to take our spirits out of these bodies and put them in new bodies when we beamed up, if we be a part of that elect number, that chosen lineage. We are a part of the chosen lineage, because we are the Israelites. We'll be a part of that chosen, of the chosen, the elect of that chosen lineage, because it's election within the chosen lineage to be delivered from the said perils that's getting ready to come upon the earth, man. And that's pretty much the point. Let me go back to verse 14. And it say, and he took up the mantle that had fell from off him, and he smote the waters, and said, where is Yahweh, power of Elijah? And when he also had smitten the waters, they parted hither and thither, and Elijah went over. And Elisha went over. So he split the waters as well. He parted the water with the mantle, just like Elijah did. It say, and they said unto him, behold, now there be thy servants 50 strong men. Let them go, we pray thee, and seek thy master, lest peradventure the Spirit of the Lord have taken him up and cast him upon some mountain or into some valley. And he said, ye shall not sin. But that's pretty much the point. So Lord willing, is edifying, the chariots of the Lord. This right here, what you seen, is the curse that goeth forth above the face of the whole earth. And as you see it over the mountains, shooting left, right, back, forwards, and those high speeds, that's the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. So with that, Kah Elohim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakodash. The water Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai for the remnant. The water Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai for the comforter, sending his word back to your men and raising us up in these latter days. The water Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. So with that, Shalom, Kwam Yashal, and the Bible. Once again, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Shalom.